Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cloudy Weymouth. It's Wednesday morning, it's 9 o'clock, and we're round here to do a few things. I've just noticed that some of my tomatoes have turned red. These are the Akron, and they're a lovely size. I'm going to pick that one. Look at that. I can't wait to see what that tastes like. There's a little bit of a blemish there. That's probably where it was just touching another tomato. But these are whopping sizes. They're lovely. These are my own cherry plums. These are so sweet. Oh, that one's falling off. That must be ready. I haven't got any more down here. This was the first one that I planted out. I planted it out a bit early. But I thought, just try. That's all you can do. And it survived, so awesome. Awesome. So I'm just going to pick these. Wow. Just wow. I think that's the biggest one out of them lot. They are lovely. I can't wait to taste them. I cannot eat tomatoes from the shop, but I'll definitely be growing these again. Akron, A-K-R-O-N. Right, let's go see what else there is. There's my beans. Remember I had to buy these from the garden nursery. Because my beans round at the allotment didn't take properly. So they kept being eaten by all the slugs round here. We don't really, she says, we don't really have a slug problem round here. So, yes, but you can see there's a few beans ready to pick. I don't know what kind these are. Normally I do leave the little ticket at the bottom there, but I can't see one at the moment. So that blue that you can see is just a bit of toggle that when it blows in the wind it scares the birds away. Right, so I'm going to harvest what I can off of here. It's not a lot, but there's enough for now. Right, what's next? Right, remember the potatoes that I got from the Nest, the charity run business? I planted half of the potatoes here. Now I've got some more to plant there. Let's have a look in this bag. Now remembering that I had scab in there, didn't I? And the rats. But the scab was the main thing, because whether I would have had rats or not, the crop was still ruined by the scab. So I've bought some horticultural sulphur granules. And at the bottom, where are we? I can't see it now, but it is for scab. You can probably see, you've probably seen it before me. There we go. Reducing potato scab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant them potatoes and then sprinkle this over the top and water it in. I know they look quite close together, but it doesn't matter because I've got nowhere else to put them. So let me get them buried. There we go, that's them buried. I don't know how much to put on of this, so we'll just guess. Maybe about 2/3 I put on. Now to give it a really good water. Get it all soaked in there. And hopefully this sulphur will like disintegrate slowly every time I water. You can see that it's pretty dry because there's like puddles on top, but that will seep down, and what I'll do then is just give it another water. And if I stick my finger in the soil, I'll be able to feel if it's wet underneath. Do this side as well. There we go. Right, if we go and look in the next bed where I put them potatoes, they're already growing. Look at that. They're all popping their little heads up. Welcome to the world, potato plants. So they're doing well. I must keep them watered. I might actually sprinkle that other third of sulphur on to them, just to make sure. Okay, I got all that all done. Sprinkled the sulphur on top and watered it, and like I said, hopefully it'll just disintegrate down into the compost. Right, let's get on to this bed. Remember, this was the one that I thought I was growing broccoli. That don't look like broccoli to me. So I'm going to come in and pick one. Right, that one's been nibbled on top. So we're going to pull that one out. There is spiders' webs everywhere. Excuse me. And that is not excuse me eating moment. By the time I've pulled the majority of the eaten leaves off of that, it'll leave a tiny cabbage, but it'll be fine. And we can have the leaves for Eli the rabbit. Let's have a look at another one. That one looks quite nice. That's not a bad size either. They are a little bit tiny because I planted them too close together. That one looks a really good one. Let's have that out. Come on, you're coming out. That is a nice one. Right, let's get them cleaned up. So there we go, that's 3 pulled from there. Round at the allotment, I've got some cabbages and, come on, cauliflowers growing. So I shall bring them round here and I'll be able to plant them in this area here. I'll be pulling them out bit by bit. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with them. Let's go and have a look at them. Such a bit of a mess round here. I'm going to have to cut this back as well, but it smells gorgeous. I can't get up, look. Can't get up the stairs. There we go. That's the biggest one. And that is solid. So yes, my friends are like there. Right, what's next? If you watched my last video round at the big garden, remember I cut that tree? And I got rid of the summer fruiting raspberry as well. I didn't like it. It was just too... These are too messy for me, but I really didn't like that. But I've got lots of fruit that I have already been picking on here. So I've taken them home. I'm going to pick some more. And the other day I came round and cut all my gooseberry bushes down. I really want them to grow up and, you know, with a stem kind of thing. Oh, two bumblebees. Yeah, I want them to grow up with a stem so that I can pick them easier. I can get underneath them then. Right, so I'm going to pick the raspberries now. I forgot to trim this gooseberry bush. As I've been trimming it from the bottom, I've been finding loads of gooseberries that I missed. Loads. So I shall do that next time I'm here. Right. What next? Let's show you. Let's just take this up there. Oh, let's show you the raspberries that I got. I got my hose pipe running down the back of them tomatoes, because they're definitely not getting enough water, but by doing it that way, at least the ground underneath is getting a really good soaking. So I've got my onions, but they're not the size that I like them to be yet. I like them to be bigger than that. So we'll go in the greenhouse in a minute. I'll just show you what raspberries I've got. Oh, I must cut that back. There we go. I got about the same amount yesterday, so that's nice. They are just gorgeous, excuse me. That's if they make it home. After you've had that one, that's it, isn't it? Right. Get out of the way here. My potatoes. Under here. I grow them under here every year. When I harvest them, I always leave the tiny ones in there. The tiny little ones in there. I don't know if you remember, but at the beginning of the year I planted seeds in there. And as they grew, I'd take them out and put them out in the garden. And then just let these grow. I do believe that there is sweet pea in there as well, because the sweet peas never lived outside. I don't know why. So I shall be... I've watered them today. That'll be last time I water them. I'll leave them for a while because they're dying a bit underneath. It's not blight. They are dying naturally. Here's my melon with a lot of weeds. These stragglers, they're like suckers on your tomato plants. So what I really like to do, and what I should have done before, is cut some of these off, because they're just going to take over. And I really don't need many melons. Therefore, it's just going to be too much for in here. I didn't want to plant them outside. Because I didn't know if it was going to be too cold for them. I thought melons have to grow. Just hooking that over there. That's my cucumber. I think melons have to grow warmer than what we have it here, even though we've had it quite hot here. I didn't realise it was going to be this hot, otherwise I would have planted it outside. Got another cucumber there. Telegraph. As a lot of people was asking what kind of cucumbers it is, because it hasn't got spikes. Cucumbers with spikes were originally grown for pickles. Oh, this one has got a few spikes. There's certain cucumbers that were grown for pickles and certain cucumbers that were grown for slicers. Telegraph is a slicing one, and when it actually grows, these little prickles will grow out. It's easy to wipe them off anyway, but yes, so this was actually originally grown as a slicing. So if yours have got prickles on them, they were originally grown as a pickling. But people do them all the time. They use them all the time. Pickling ones for slicing. That one didn't last. Now we've got a pepper under here. It's still a bit small. I want to grow it bigger, although that is the biggest one that I've ever grown. And we've got another one here, which is pretty big too, but I just want it to grow that bit bigger. My peppers aren't doing well at all this year. I think it's got something to do with the melon, because it keeps getting tangled up around them. And the fact that I'm not watering them properly. And there's caterpillars in here as well, so that keep eating the leaves. I can never catch the little monkeys, but look at that leaf. Isn't that pretty? Not. Oh, I'm sweating in here already. I'm going to do a bit more self-fertilising with my cucumbers. I do a bit of self-fertilising with the melons. Like I said, these have had their last water now, so they should be growing. The sweat is dripping off me. Oh, right. What have I got to do now? Like I said, I've got to cut this pathway back. Remember, this went all over here, and I cut it back because I knew I had a carnation in there, which isn't doing a lot. But if you look down here, we've got all the, oh, this smells lovely. We've got all the baby ones of these allium, baby alliums growing all over there as well. So I shall be cutting these back soon and let all the baby alliums grow there. These are all the little seed pods, look. All these. And if you just shake them when it's dry, they just fall off onto the ground, and I'll just water it and they'll grow again. You see them all coming off? All on my hand. Little brown seed there. I don't know if you can see it. A brown one there. A couple of brown ones. Hope you can see there. Oh, look at my thumb. My nail's growing back. That's from when I hit it with the axe. I was lucky I didn't lose the end of it. Right, we're going to end this here. The sun's just coming out. I'm not going to do much more around here. Just tidy things up a little bit. So, from almost sunny Weymouth, I'm going to bid you all a goodbye. Bye-bye.